Hey guys, so if you're solo, it's harder to turn somebody by the legs. It's not impossible. It is possible. It's doable. It's tougher. Usually it's going to be in a situation where somebody has the upper body that you choose to take the legs. I'm really going to run in and settle for having the legs. But it's very common. You've got the legs. You're either pinching them, putting pressure on both sides. You're usually roofing. You're putting something on top. And oftentimes you're shelving and you're lifting them up like that, right, to take away some mobility. You have 1, 2, or 3 people on the upper body and they're failing terribly. Sometimes it falls to you to rotate somebody. So the two principal ways to rotate somebody. I always like to start from a shelf position, meaning that when I'm pinched in tight, I'm gonna use my arms to lift, and I'm gonna place my thigh underneath, post it on my foot. So this gives you a lot of power. It's a mermaid bundle. They're off the ground, legs are together. Two easiest ways. I'm going to rotate Chris towards the wall. Is either grab the toes, and I can use the heel, but when I grab only the foot, it is a foot lock. It puts a lot of pressure on the ligaments of the ankle and it can hurt the knees. Usually I'll grab the toes and I'll use the leg and I'll guide him over onto the belly. And that's the simplest way. You can work just from the toes if you're good enough. If he's really resisting, fighting it, I will pull the foot away from the body to lengthen it, and then I'll turn it over. And I'm just grabbing his shoe here. I'm not even grabbing his toes. So a simple toe twist. Another way I can do it is by lifting the far side and bundling the close underneath. So I'm doing a weave with his legs, right? So I'm literally, I choose to take his top leg, his far leg on top. So now I have basically a wrap on that leg, and I go under the center. And so now what's happening is I have a very weak Achilles lock on that bottom leg. His own shin is driving into his Achilles lock, and his leg is much weaker. Go crazy, right? His leg's much weaker, and gives you a lot of leverage to turn. It also sets you up into a lot of the ground positions that we're going to use later on, right? So I'll show from both sides. From the opposite side, I pinch, I shelf, I lift it. So the simplest is, I reach back, we call it a pistol grip. It's like I'm grabbing a gun, just like that. And I'm working against one leg, even though the second one is strapped. And that's usually enough to turn. Second option is really strong. I'll show it from here. Is I lift the outer leg and I go under the inside leg. I turn them and run. That's a nice, good way to keep tight pressure on the legs. Simple, simple. Press it out.